greeting. Okay, a person you don't know, how to greet him or greet her, right? There is certain way. Let us explore. So I have given you some sentences here. You see, a sort of role play. A is meeting B. A does not know B. B also does not know A. All of a sudden, they come together. Now, how to greet it in a very formal way. Formal ভাবে কিভাবে greet করা হয়. That's all. Hello, you can start with that. Hello. Or sometimes they say, how do you do? Then you have to reply back, how do you do? That is also a way of greeting and replying. Right? And here we are using these many phrases are there. This is one of them. Hello.
Hello.
I am dash. Your name. Your name? Paramita. Whatever. So I am. Your name? Okay. I am. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. It's a pleasure to make your. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Right. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. So you have to speak in phrase. Make your acquaintance. How to say it? How to say it? How to say it? How to say it? Make your acquaintance. Make your. So one by one we will see how to speak in idea unit, in phrases. Make your acquaintance. You should not speak like that. So while speaking, make a weak form of your. Make it. Make your acquaintance. Acquaintance. Make your acquaintance. To 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 make your acquaintance. It's a pleasure.
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 Ah, no, It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to.
It's a pleasure to.
It's a pleasure to.
It's a pleasure to.
Make your acquaintance.
Make your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to.
It's a pleasure to.
It's a pleasure to.
It's a pleasure to.
To should be pronounced as to. It's a pleasure to.
It's a pleasure to.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Make your acquaintance. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to make
There must be some smiles on your face, right? So it's a pleasure. So hello, I am Alex, or whatever. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to make your
It's
acquaintance.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Make your
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
acquaintance.
Again and again, repeat it.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
You. Make your acquaintance. Make your acquaintance. Make your short, weak form of your. Okay. Yeah. Make your acquaintance. Acquaintance. So you have to repeat it again and again. Otherwise, it will not come. When that situation will arrive, you will be in trouble. The phrases will not come out from your mouth. You won't be able to speak. Okay? For that, you have to practice at your home again and again, several times. Okay? Multiple times. And gradually your tongue will be trained and all the organs of speech will be trained properly. Okay? So you have to train your organs of speech. And this is the process. Okay? Then next, The pleasure is mine.
The pleasure
The
is
pleasure is
mine.
mine.
The pleasure is mine.
Pleasure.
The
The pleasure is mine.
The pleasure
The
is
pleasure
mine.
is mine.
The pleasure is
The
mine.
pleasure is mine.
The 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 pleasure is mine.
B, your name. Then you have to say your name. B. Right? Then it's a wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
B number.
Well, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
It's
It's
wonderful.
wonderful. How to speak in, how to practice phrases. Okay, to speak phrases in one breath. Okay, step by step. It's wonderful to. It's wonderful. First say, it's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful. You are not paying attention. Please pay attention. Otherwise, you will be the loser.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful too.
It's
It's
wonderful.
wonderful too.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful too.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful too.
It's wonderful.
Too. It's wonderful too.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful too.
It's wonderful.
To meet again. It's wonderful to meet.
It's wonderful to
It's
meet.
wonderful to meet.
It's 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 wonderful to
It's
meet.
wonderful to meet.
It's wonderful to
It's
meet.
wonderful to meet.
It's wonderful to meet.
It's wonderful to meet.
It's wonderful
It's
to
wonderful
meet.
to meet.
It's wonderful to meet.
You.
You.
It's wonderful to meet you.
It's
Meet
wonderful
you.
to
Should be
meet you.
pronounced as meet you.
Meet you.
Yeah.
Meet you.
Meet you. Meet you.
Meet
This
you.
is wonderful too. Weak
It's
form.
wonderful to.
This is weak form. Weak form of you and two. Right. It's wonderful to. It's wonderful to. It's wonderful to meet you. Meet you. It's wonderful to meet you.
It's wonderful to meet you.
As well.
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 As well.
As well.
The pleasure is mine.
The pleasure is
The
mine.
pleasure is mine.
The pleasure is mine.
B means your name. Okay. B. It's wonderful to meet you. It's wonderful to meet you as well.
It's wonderful to meet
It's
you.
wonderful. It's wonderful to meet you as well.
It's wonderful to meet you as well.
Meet you.
Meet you.
Wonderful to.
Wonderful
Meet you.
to meet you.
Wonderful to meet you.
Wonderful to meet you.
Wonderful to meet you.
Wonderful to meet you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Wonderful to meet you. Wonderful to meet you
Wonderful to meet you.
as well.
As well.
Right? Meet you as well.
It's wonderful.
So you have to repeat it again and again.
It's wonderful.
Right? So now come in pair. You come, both of you. Oh, where is Shipra? Shipra is not attending. She has not been attending the classes for several days. Yes?
She's
Hmm?
ill.
Okay. She's not well. Okay. So Priyanka and you, both of you, come and just here in front of everyone. Come. Speed. Fast, fast. Quick. Come on. Be here and see. So this is verbal practice. I give them this practice every day in the class. Since they are from Bengali medium and Bengali background, they have never spoken in English before joining here. For them it is very necessary to speak again and again, to repeat again and again all these phrases. Now you A and she is B, or just forget A and B. This is P for Priyanka, P for Priyanka, and you Gayatri, G for Gayatri, and this is G, right? Sorry, this is G for Gayatri, right here. Right? Come on, G for Gayatri. So it's not B. A. Right. Okay? Come on. Yeah. Hello?
I am Priyanka.
I am Priyanka. You look here. Look at the camera.
Hello, I am Priyanka.
Okay, if you cannot if you cannot remember, just look at this. Look at the sentence and just read it out. No problem. Okay, you start. And you.
Hello, I am Priyanka. It is a
It's a pleasure. So not it is it's not like that. It's a pleasure. You have to link all these words together to make your acquaintance. To make your acquaintance. To make your acquaintance. So far they have learned in their schools and colleges to speak in words, to read in words. But now onwards, they will speak in phrases and idea units. What is that? You have to speak a particular idea in phrases. Sometimes some ideas we can communicate in words, in a single word, that's okay, but not always. It is not always the same. That's why it is important to speak in phrases, because a certain idea is expressed better in a phrase, okay, than a single word. That's why we have to practice speaking in phrases. Okay, let us try. Come on. Once again. Hello.
Hello, I am Priyanka.
It's a pleasure. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. So it's a pleasure. You can break like this. First break it. Since you are a novice, you are quite new. So break it. To make. So it's a pleasure. First you say. First. Okay, this is number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Okay. Your acquaintance. This is different. You can speak. Hello, I am Priyanka. It's not
Hello, I am
difficult.
Priyanka. It is a
Pleasure.
pleasure.
Pleasure, not pleasure. 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 It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. To make your acquaintance. To make your, or you can link all these. Okay. To make your. It's a pleasure to make your. It's better actually. You can link these 3 words. Okay. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. It's a pleasure to make your. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. So first one, it's a pleasure. Wait, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Okay, now you practice at home. Then you say, the pleasure is mine.
The pleasure is mine.
Pleasure, pleasure. Pleasure, kind of this phonetic. Kind of this. You can check. Yeah. Pleasure. Pleasure. ये तो रेड होगा pleasure 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 okay, you can come gradually, take time. Pleasure is mine.
Pleasure is mine.
Pleasure is mine.
Pleasure is mine.
It's wonderful
It's wonderful
to meet you as well.
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 Meet you.
Meet you.
It's wonderful to meet you as
It's
well.
wonderful to meet you.
Meet you as well.
Meet you as well.
Meet you.
Meet you.
You should be pronounced out here. Meet you as well.
Meet you
As well.
Meet you as
Okay. Next pair. Okay, thank you very much. Next pair. And keep reading. Next pair. Chayon and Amartya, please. So they are facing some difficulties pronouncing this. It is really difficult for Bengali medium students. But I hope you'll be alright. I mean, you'll learn a lot and you'll be able to speak fluently after a few months if you keep practicing. So don't stop practicing. Keep practicing. That's the key, right? Come on. Chayan?
Hello, I am Char. It is a place.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Meet your acquaintance. Acquaintance. Abang poro?
Hello, I am Char. It's a pleasure of to meet your acquaintance.
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 Now you reply.
The pleasure is mean.
The pleasure is mine. So you have a wonderful voice. Emphatic, powerful, sonorous voice. So use it well. Come on. The pleasure is
The
mine.
pleasure is mine.
Pleasure is mine.
The pleasure is
The
mine.
pleasure
The pleasure is mine.
is mine.
The pleasure is mine.
Okay. The pleasure is mine.
The pleasure is
The
mine.
pleasure is mine.
The pleasure is mine.
It's wonderful. Amartya. 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 Like Amartya. Means I am Amartya. Amartya.
I am Gayatri.
It's
Body language.
it's
Reminder.
wonder.
It's wonderful to meet you as well. It's wonderful to meet you as well. Okay, next. পরে আসবে। তাড়াতাড়ি। Be quick. So it will take time, but it will come. Since difficulties are there, that's why sadhana has some significance, right? Otherwise we will be dull, inert, right? Like some objects, building some, bricks, sand, right? Come on. It's a pleasure
It's a pleasure to make you
to make your acquaintance.
to make you
The pleasure is mine.
Pleasure is mine.
The pleasure is mine.
Pleasure is mine.
The pleasure is mine.
Okay.
I am. It's wonderful to meet you as well.
ঠিক আছে ভিডিও কিছু দেখাচ্ছি but they cannot read. They cannot read. Yes, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful to meet you as
Meet
well.
as well. Okay, next pair. I'm trying to remove the stage fright. Let them come and speak. They'll be smarter, right?
Hello, I am Ramananda. It's a pleasure
Pleasure to meet you.
to make you
Acquaintance.
acquaintance.
To make your acquaintance.
To make your acquaintance.
Come on.
The pleasure is mine, Karthik. It's wonderful to meet you as well.
Okay, next, come on. You have to practice, repeat it again and again. Those who are sitting there, you try to memorize this. You have ample time to memorize. You are not memorizing. That's the problem. Come here. Hello.
Hello, I am so many kids say this that to make your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to make
It's a
It's a
pleasure
pleasure
to
to
make your acquaintance.
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 Pronunciation. Right. We have to improve our pronunciation.
The pleasure is mine.
Better our accent. Right.
It's wonder to meet your.
How are you reading? This is not the way to read it. You're just reading. Come on. Try it.
It's wonderful to meet your as well. तो जीते नाम है
Hmm?
जीते मेरा नाम है जीते
Yes, your name.
ट्राई
Hello, I am so many kids. It's pleasure
It's a pleasure.
to make your acquaintance.
Acquaintance, to make your acquaintance. Come on.
the pleasure is mine wisdom it's wonderful to meet you as well.
It's wonderful to meet you. Okay. Next one. Guys, have you come? Acha, last. Okay, at last. Have you done Kartik? Kartik?
Okay, मेरा.
When? Okay, come on. Now, next you give me the last one.
Last.
And oh, you.
Hello.
Nothing to say.
I am so happy.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The pleasure is
Keep
mine.
practicing there.
Hello, I am so
Yes, your name. This
The
is.
pleasure is mine. It's wonder to meet you.
It's wonderful to meet you as well. It's wonderful to meet you as well.
It's wonderful to meet you.
Okay, next, come on. You come. You come. Be there from here. You come.
তুই এদিক দিয়ে আসতে পারবি পজ কর
You see, look at the sentence. Loudly. Hello.
Hello, I am Somaji.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Make your acquaintance. Again,
Hello, I am Somaji. It's a pleasure to
pleasure to make your
acquaintance.
acquaintance.
The pleasure is mine, Parmita. It's a wonderful.
It's wonderful.
It's a wonderful to meet you as well.
That's good. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, you have to repeat it again and again. Right. So repetition is key to success in spoken English. Especially who are born and brought up in a different culture, in a different language. For them, repetition is a wonderful thing. It's very effective. It works, but gradually and unconsciously. Okay, so I'm trying to train your subconscious mind. Okay, all this practice, everything will remain there in your subconscious mind. So when you face certain situation, they will come out, they will resurface, and they will help you a lot. Okay, and along with this, you have to study a lot of books. You collect ideas. Okay, that is also very important. Collect ideas, think in English, and dream in English. Then here is a process to speak, to facilitate your speaking power, to train your organs of speech, okay, to dig channels between your brain or memory and your organs of speech. So to say, your lips, right? Okay, next we will move on to fire and safety. What? Recollection of fire and safety. So you learned something yesterday. Okay, another respected teacher came here and he taught you certain things about fire and safety. Now you are supposed to recollect them, and then you have to speak. Okay, a few words on the things that you learned yesterday. In English you have to speak, and today I will teach you how to write questions or how to ask questions to your teacher, fire and safety teacher. Okay. Okay, next. So I hope you have jotted down certain things, certain points. You have noted down certain points while attending his class, right? So now just go through it quickly, and then I will call you to step up here to speak, or sometime I will be there. You have to speak, right? Well, thank you very much. Please, I'm giving you 5 minutes to recollect, memorize, and go through your notes on fire and safety. Certain notes. Did you make any notes? Can you remember anything? What you told?
Safety का definition. What is safety definition?
In English definition. So what you learned, you have to come here and say, right?